So good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to ReferralTopia. My name is Steve Ziskowski, and I'm the founder of Caerusnet Referral Teams. This is a facilitated referral network that I started in 2008 because I'm absolutely passionate about small business professionals and helping them develop the skill set and putting them in front of the relationships with people that can help them go further in life. We started something called ReferralTopia. I can't believe it, but I was looking at how many of these we've done. This is the 10th ReferralTopia since ReferralTopia originally started. And when it started in 2018. It was an in-person event, and it was really a ton of fun. Of course, then you all know we went into the pandemic and life changed. And I had some incredible help from some Cirrus Netters, some folks that helped us bring this event online so people never missed a beat. And actually, since we've done it online, we found the format to be so fantastic that this is the way we've done it now for the last 5 or so years. What I wanted to do here with this intro, and before we jump into our speakers, just kind of share with you how this event goes today. So everybody's on the same page. And so we all have a great experience doing ReferralTopia today. This is an event that we do twice every year. We do it in March and we do it in September. Those just seem to be great times for businesses to make new connections, continue with their professional development. And that's again part of why we do it. So let's do a quick share all together. If you're here today, it's because you can follow instructions. You're pretty darn awesome. Not only are you a great person, but you can read. You went to the ReferralTopia landing page, you checked it out, and what you discovered is that when you clicked on JJ's picture at 8 a.m., you popped into this Zoom room. And that's the format for today. We've got three fantastic speakers for you today. JJ Zielinski from Lake House Graphics is the first one up. Then we've got Kevin Sabaski at 9 a.m. Slaying the Zombie Operating System, and Kathy King presenting at 10 a.m. She's our final speaker. These are fantastic presentations that these people have worked hard on, and my hope and goal is that we'll be engaged, screens on because they do feed off your energy, ask questions, put stuff into the chat. In between the speakers, it's time for us to talk. It's time for us to all network together and get to know the people that are a part of ReferralTopia. So at 8:30, I will be running a networking session. You just click on my picture at 8:30. And this is a gallery, kind of a self-introduction style. And then we'll be doing breakout rooms at 10 o'clock so you can connect with and
I'm in a conference.
talk directly with the people that are a part of this. Okay. And then a little bit later on today at 4 o'clock over at Joe Cool's in Brighton, Doug Moffat, who's here at ReferralTopia. Doug's also last year's Facilitator of the Year. He'll be hosting a ReferralTopia Afterglow over at Joe Cool's in Brighton, and that's right over on I-96 and US 23. So really quickly, before we jump into the presentation, I also wanted to let you know that you're doing good here today. Not only are you doing good for yourself and professionally developing, you're also doing good for your business. We're also doing good for a nonprofit. Every ReferralTopia, we like to support a nonprofit just to help them along, right? It's not easy being a nonprofit, and CirrusNet loves to support them. So a large portion of the ticket sales today are going to Livingston County Catholic Charities. In April, could you do me a favor and unmute and just give us the 30 seconds as to how your nonprofit's making the world a better place?
Morning, Steve. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Livingston County Catholic Charities, we serve everyone from birth all the way until death, and we have programs and services for senior citizens, a lot of those, as well as mental health, substance abuse, and a ton more. So we serve over 5,000 residents here in Livingston County, and I saw your little note on the front. You do not have to be Catholic, and over 80% of our clients are not Catholic. We serve everyone.
Okay, we're super glad to be supporting you, April. And just a quick thing, if you watch the short video on that landing page when this gets over, you'll get a real understanding of the depth of the services that are provided. It's really outstanding. And if you don't support a nonprofit yourself or your company doesn't, but you've thought that maybe that's something you'd want to do, April would love to have a conversation with you. So also really quickly, if you could do me a favor here in the chat today during this session, maybe when we're starting, let us know who you are. Who are you? Put in the chat your name of your business, maybe your contact information. Where are you zooming in from? What city or state are you zooming in from, right? Because a lot of people have been moving around. I would love to get this recorded as part of the chat. That'll also be sent to you in a recap email when this meeting ends. But again, the networking is going to be starting after JJ's presentation. So with that being said, I just wanted to also gauge our audience real quickly. If this is your first ReferralTopia, please put your hands up into the air. If this is your first ReferralTopia, all right, fantastic. Glad to have you with us. I hope you'll come back for more as we do these in the future. If you've been to more than one ReferralTopia, throw your hand up if you've been to more than one. Keep your hand up if you've been to more than two. Keep your hand up if you've been to maybe more than four. How about five? How about six? How about seven? How about from the beginning? From the first one in 2018? All right. Steve Beber, Doug Moffat, thanks for being awesome. ReferralTopia, you've experienced them all. You guys make this magic. Again, we've got great people a part of this today. Everybody here is a relationship forward business, and you'll get to know most of the businesses here today as we get started. But it is time to shift gears right now. Every speaker that we have has got a 20-minute time slot. We also hope to have time for some questions and answers right after that. If they happen to finish a few minutes early, that just means a little bit more time for questions and answers. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and welcome our first presenter this morning, which is JJ Zielinski from Lake House Studios. JJ Zielinski is a very unique person. I see him at every single networking event, just about, where there are pictures being taken, especially if they're Caerusnet events. He loves going to the happy hours, the Caerusnet breakfast. He's a big part of Wendy Caverly's Connections event, which is a golf outing, but it's much more than that. It's intentional connecting. He's on more Caerusnet teams than anybody, I think, in the history of Caerusnet as well, too. So I don't think he can get enough Caerusnet. And I really felt like he'd be a fantastic person to share with us today. Let's put our hands together and welcome JJ Zielinski.
Thank you for having me. I
And JJ,
appreciate
I'm just going to play along with you on time and just let you know when you've got 5 minutes left.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And before I begin, can everyone see my screen and can everyone hear me properly?
Yep, you're perfect.
Okay, perfect. All right. So who needs a creative spark? I'm JJ Zielinski, and I'm going to be talking about values and the success of custom websites. So a little bit about my background. So who am I? So I'm JJ Zielinski. I'm the owner of Lake House Studios and Maycore Global. And my story is that ever since I was a kid, I was driven and I always had a passion to become an artist in the way of just like building beautiful brands, marketing, and just helping people elevate their business through like these different types of mediums. Today, I channel the same passion and to help clarify like people's visions and again elevate their brands, help them grow their business through like creative outlets. Also about my background, I'm a graduate from the College of Creative Studies. I'm not sure if anyone knows it, but it's a very well-known art school in Detroit right by Wayne State. And also I have an MBA from South University with an understudy in also law. So I also joke around too. I'm an art kid that's good at math, which if you go around, there's not too many of us. On a personal note, I'm very nerdy. I'm an animal lover, have a passion for the arts. When it gets warmer out here, I'm on a lake, so I love to go for boat rides, and I've got a nice, beautiful pontoon boat if anyone ever wants to come out. I love to cook, and I'm also a beekeeper, which my team and I have our own brand of different types of honey. I'm also an urbanist. I love to connect with like nature, and I have a great sense of humor. Most of all, I'm grounded on strong, unwavering values. I believe for showing up for my family, my tribes, my community, people I love and invest in. And right now, I'm so committed to CRTS, and I love the organization so much that Steve was talking about. I'm in several groups. I'm in 5 groups total. I'm in 4 of Wendy's groups and 1 of Connor Mencia's. So I love CRTS, and I will say it's been very beneficial for my business and just connecting and bonding with so many different individuals and like-minded entrepreneurs. So it's been very great just during this organization. Um, so those values guide not only my life, but it's how I run my business and also how I serve my customers. A little bit more about my background too. Um, in my early career, I recognized the importance of just like getting the experience and skills to craft my values. So I worked at several PR firms, partnering and starting up and contributing to such things as like doing like the Detroit Auto Show. I did actually the Super Bowl for a number of years as one of their head designers. Worked with a bunch of different organizations and still do like even like the DIA, CERTA. I work with them. And I also work with a lot of startup businesses because I mean, being a startup business myself, like I like to help others that are just as passionate. And that's again like going back to SiriusNet model, like a lot of us are entrepreneurs and go-getters. So like I see the same passion and values and I love that. Um, so in 2010, I started my business, which I will say in Michigan, it looked a little like not great just due to the economy at the time. But you know what? I still held on to my passion values to just make everything work. And I finally just like decided to go for it after working at a bunch of different companies. So I started working on like building custom websites and doing all sorts of mediums from like advertisement, animation, photography, print, promotional materials, and the whole 9 yards. And we became very well known for our graphic design and websites, to the point where we've actually won several awards lately. So very proud about that. Uh, However, regardless of like all these skills and just like my professional background, the one thing that stands out in my career isn't necessarily like a specific project, but just standing firmly to my values and goals. It helps just keep me grounded and committed to serving others, to just shape everything that I've worked so hard to make, as well as just like continuing to guide others and help people build their own brand. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun with this presentation too, because I knew I was gonna start off this morning, but I give lectures all the time at colleges and even just like at corporate events. Does anyone know what a value is, or does anyone know what a goal is? Because there is a difference, and actually, a lot of people I talk to don't even know the difference. Yeah, so if you do, and also I should say before I jump to the next slide, because I'm nerdy, who loves Lord of the Rings? An absolute huge fan. There we go. Okay. So I give this all the time. Okay, so I'm going to use a lot of Lord of the Rings, but what is a value? So, by definition, a value is a long term degree of importance, worth, and usefulness, something that we hold on to the long run. So, it's deep and meaningful. And, like, some examples of like personal and moral values is like responsibility, becoming accountable for your actions, integrity, kindness. These are all great qualities. And then, like, there's different, even like sub values. So, like, social values, like you have loyalty of like standing by your friends, like your CRTS group and just like your communities. I mean, like community and just like supporting, contributing to society, justice, believe in right and wrong being upheld, and even personal growth values from like hard work, just like striving and believing effort leads to success, self discipline, controlling impulses to reach goals, and courage, facing fear or difficulty bravely. So these are just like some examples. And like, again, I kind of use Lord of the Rings not only because I'm a huge fan, but these are some things that parallel this. A value is not a place you arrive at, but a compass bearing you and usually an orientation towards life, something you can embody endlessly. And my personal example and metaphor, a value is like always traveling east. East, you could go on forever. You could keep walking forever, circling the globe, and you could always head east. It's never ending. So then a goal, by definition, it's kind of just like a set outcome of what you want. So like a goal, like kind of trying to figure out like concretely, like what's measurable, something that's more time bound. My personal example is Frodo has to deliver the One Ring to the fires of Mount Doom, but when that's done, the goal's over. So kind of a difference between the values and goals in a Lord of the Rings nerdy nutshell. Um, So values also create brand identity. So this screenshot right here is an actual website that was presented to me not too long ago. It is, you could look it up, it's very real. So anyone could build a logo, like a website, but if you value clarity, your design needs to be clean. If you value truth, your media will avoid just like anything that's just like, not quite upholding of the truth. If you value beauty, then your layout will show quality craftsmanship because your values become your brand. So for this gentleman, not to like belittle the website, like because if it's his brand, go for it. But it seems like he more threw this website together. So to me, it just like, is this really part of your value? It could be, but I think that we could do better working on our goals and values and really building that foundation to build a much more solid website. Um, Values also guide decisions when there's no clear rule. So when choosing like clickbait versus just like honesty, fast cash versus long-term trust, trendy design versus functionality or values. Um, I mean, like these are just like some things to consider because I mean, all these things do make a difference in like building your character, building your brand, and building who you are. And two examples right here of two customers I work with, Concord Chiropractic and Clara's Hope. Um, Clara's Hope is, been a long time member of Caerusnet, and I know Concord Chiropractic was as well. Great, outstanding individuals, and they truly show their character and their brand and their values of trying to just uphold themselves, help the community, especially Clara's Hope, helping just like foster families in need, which if you haven't checked out Clara's Hope, highly recommend them. But just great examples of not only like websites we built, but just like people that we work with that have been a part of CirrusNet, that are just outstanding individuals that truly show and hold their values. Um, Values make the work sustainable. So if your goals only focus on money, traffic, etc., you know, is can it be technically just like, I mean, a value? Yes, but those are more kind of like goals, and the motivation fades once one is achieved. But if you have that value of more like craftsmanship, service, creativity, and excellence, you could keep building things forever, and it keeps you going. It keeps the evolution of just like your business, your brand, and it holds firm to like your integrity. So like a great example, there's a company that I've been working with for a number of years, Green Flame Tequila. Who likes tequila? Yeah, but great example of I've just been working with them for several years, and they hold firm about just like their values. And you could see that there's a lot of good craftsmanship, a lot of creativity when I work with them, and we're all on the same page of just like being aligned with our values. So how do values help with your media and custom websites? So our core values at Lake House is more about caring, our passion, and kindness. So caring is not just for our communities, but for our data protection and just helping out our customers with technology. So I have my elf family right there. That's me and the team. So it's me, my wife, who also helps me all the time, and that's my partner, Sam. And also, we like to do fun things. Like to me, like work should also be a little bit more like fun and engaging. So this is a photo that was from this past summer. We took a little break just to go out on the boat, and because we're right there on the water, we find it very therapeutic, and that's part of our values is not only getting the work done, but also just like having that bonding time to where we could truly just like connect with one another, have a little bit of like a 15-minute break to just, just be our individual selves, and it's not just like work, 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 work. So with that, if we truly care about our clients, our L team, we can't put them on the platform that profit from it. So basically, we're not just a business too. I mean, we are a work family. We do help each other in so many different aspects, and it's not just transactional. But going with that, websites and tech support. So we don't use template website builders. Um, right off the bat, website template builders, like there's nothing wrong with them if you're starting off in the very beginning or like if you're on a tight budget, but they're also very limited to what you could do, which we like to work together with you, sit down, shoulder to shoulder, really hear about what your goals and values are and like your foundation for like your business. So we could build a website that's more tailored to your exact need and your customers' needs. And some other things too is we built our own private servers that could fully back up your website, your media, which most website builder templates can't guarantee. In fact, actually, a great example is, does everyone remember how Amazon and a bunch of these major companies lost their website for like, I think it was like over a week. It happened like a couple months ago. Well, that's because they didn't actually like really plan about like the backup policy. They were just thinking about the surface level. Well, I've throughout the years just thought about all different aspects. And when that happened and a bunch of websites went down, none of ours didn't. Like all our websites were up and running. And we make sure that you're always fully protected. And I want to guarantee that with everyone I work with. So passion in custom coding and craftsmanship. So with that too, also again with my nerdy self really quick, that is a real poster that I have hanging in our office. um, but we love the arts and constantly perfect our craft. Our passion to show up in details and templates don't allow that most of the time. Again, they are kind of limited to what you could actually do. And again, we like to tailor things so you and your customers have every little detail that you could possibly want and even more. And also, templates are kind of like more like a tattoo where it becomes a little bit more permanent over time. While we make it very organic and fluid to where it could change and evolve any way you want to for the long run. And we want to grow with you too. Website and tech support proof again. Uh, Passion means we don't settle and we don't sell. Templates are convenient again, but they are very limited. But we custom code everything so your business deserves more and we could give you the full spectrum. Something that's also part of our core values too. So we like to have a personal relationship and a business relationship with all my customers. And even my customers that I've started out in 2010 are still with me. Like almost everyone's been with me since I've started my business. And it's because I found people that are like-minded that see my passion as well as they see that I want to build that personal and business rapport. So a lot of the people that feel very like-minded are same thing with being aligned with me. So one thing I talked about is kindness as one of our values and our long-term personal relationships with our partners. So we go out of our way to build real relationships, and kindness in business means standing beside our clients and not leaving them. And a great example too, there's been some individuals in Caerusnet, some businesses that have had some tragedy strike. And if anyone pays attention to my Facebook, when I've seen actually those tragedies, like this is a great example that happened a few weeks ago. Someone had something very serious happen to their family, but I showed up the next morning literally with flowers on a card and just there to console them and just ask them, what do you need? This isn't even about business anymore. Like, what can I do to help you out, help out your family? Because I know you're going through a tragedy right now. And me and my team are happy to do that. Just say the word and whatever you need, I will be there for you. So, not even like from the technical or business aspect, again, even like that personal relationship.
JJ, 4.5 minutes. You're doing great.
Okay. Thank you. So yeah, so other than websites and tech support proof, we build those personal relationships. We personally help our communities. We privately host and control like all your media and websites. We build that long-term stability. And also something that's really big about template websites, a lot of them like WordPress and Showit, the reason why they're so big is actually if you read the terms and conditions, it's not you buying their product, it's them actually selling your data. That's actually how they make all their money. And I know people that actually work for them right now, some friends and colleagues, and they'll tell you all the exact same thing. So one thing that's special about us that I tell people right off the bat, there is going to be no data exploitation from us. We don't sell your data whatsoever. Everything that's private just stays between us. And we also have real human support. We don't do chatbots or any of that. When you need my help, I give you my direct contact info, and me and my team are there to help you, even if it's late at night. I will be there for you. and we do like to go above and beyond for our customers. Um, so at Lake House, we just don't build websites. We build digital homes, protect them, and they're crafted and built to last. And then my call to action that I want to talk to you all about, something I was thinking about putting together with this presentation, is my assignment for all of you is to think about your values. Think about this presentation and pick one person in this meeting to support. And I mean truly support, not just even like, I mean like on a professional standpoint, but even on a personal level too, because that's one of the beautiful things about CRTS that I will say I learned from Steve, I learned from Wendy, I learned from many individuals that it's not only that we're like-minded individuals, that we're entrepreneurs trying to help each other and grow, but also it's having that personal aspect of really trying to lift each other up, especially when times get tough, especially like right now in the economy. I know things are a little bit tough for some people, but that's why we're here to help one another. And then, thank you. Uh, I mean, here's my contact info. There's my QR code directly to our website. You could follow us on social media. And again, I hope you enjoyed this presentation. And does anyone have any questions?
Well, first off, let's put our hands together for JJ's presentation and good storytelling. I love that he's a Lord of the Rings person and weaved that into all of there and talked about values and goals. We always have an opportunity for folks that have any questions or comments. Would love to hear from you. So the first person to unmute and talk wins. Don't be shy.
Where are you located?
I think somebody was asking where you're located.
Oh, where am I located? So right now we're at our main office in Brighton, Michigan, but we have multiple facilities. We have a studio in Franklin, a studio in Grand Rapids, and we also have a studio in Lake Worth, Florida.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I have a question. Is there anything you don't do in terms of websites, like SEO or whatever? Like how deep do you go with that stuff?
So when it comes to building custom websites, we do almost everything. The only thing we don't do is like CRM user login systems. That becomes more like software oriented. So like it's a whole different programming aspect. And same thing with apps. We have people ask us like, do you build apps? That's a whole different like coding platform. Like again, a whole different field. So we don't really necessarily do that, but I know other people that I work with from time to time that do that. So I would just make the connection and introduce you to them if that's what you're
Okay.
looking for. Yeah, but
All
everything
right.
else we do.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely.
We
Have
have
a little
time.
testimonial.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so JJ is really, really good at doing exactly what you want, pulling it out of your head. But if you want a magical thing, let him take the ball and run with it, because I'm not a graphic designer. I don't do web design. I don't do that stuff, but I can see it, but I can't make it happen. Talk to him, let him listen, let him ask the questions, and then see what he comes up with. And you're just going to be like, oh my God, I love it. That's exactly perfect. So like he designed the cover for the Connection event directory last year. He asked if he could. I'm like, if you want it, fine. Oh my God, it was perfect. I never would have come up with it. So let the artist who can do math run with it for you and take it off your plate.
Thank you, Eddie. Appreciate you.
Okay, so we do have an opportunity for another question or comment. Go ahead.
As an artist, JJ, is there any niche that you really love to dig into, meeting a certain client that, kind of gets your juices going when they approach you and they want you to help them design a website?
So, you know what? I'm at the point where I just want to work with honest, just good individuals. To me, I don't have like a certain like statistic board anymore where it's just like, oh, it has to be this target audience and this specific demographic. Like I'm just at the point where if you're an honest, like good person, down to earth individual, I would love to work with you. Whether it's websites or graphic design, those are like my two favorite niches. But also, I love to do music videos, which we have some great examples. And also, a lot of the bands I work with, when they contact me saying, "Oh, I want a music video," right away you have my attention. I'm just like, "Ooh, what are we doing?" And also, fun fact: a few years ago, I put on Ultra Fest for a bunch of my bands. So we rented out Miami Stadium and basically had a big concert for 3 days. So there's videos of that online too. Had so much fun, and that's the thing is, I think you gotta have fun with your career too, and that's what I really enjoy.
Okay, great questions, great comments, fantastic presentation, JJ. Let's put our hands together in appreciation. Again, I'll just let you know that when today's event is over, you will be getting a directory that has everybody's contact information that registered for ReferralTopia, all of our speakers' contact information as well too. I know JJ is going to be at the Afterglow later today for the in-person part of this event. So feel free to pick his brain if you're looking for a creative spark. Great job today, JJ. So here's what we're going to be doing next. Just a quick thing. We get to back out of this Zoom session and then go back to the landing page and click on where it shows the 9 o'clock networking session. So you'll want to go back to the landing page, scroll down to right over here, click on this. You do need to be on full video for the networking. The networking sessions, you do need to be on full video for. So if you can't be on full video, don't be a part of those. Sorry. We like to see who we're talking to. But otherwise, a great job, JJ. Great job with engagement. I'll look forward to seeing you guys at the next session. You can exit out of this and go to the landing page and click on the 9 o'clock session or